So at the end of the day, whatever happens, people will be suicidal. Well, you said despondency brings on suicide. Suicide can make you suicidal. You were despondent. Were you despondent at any point in time?
No.
No, I wasn't.
She wasn't.
Why? How?
I think it goes down to, and all of these things come out in hindsight, because when I was on that journey, all I wanted was the next day. I wasn't concerned about 5 weeks from then. I wasn't concerned about December of that year. I just wanted the next day free from pain, the next day being myself, being everywhere, in everybody's face, making noise, looking for trouble. So it wasn't an option. I was excited. A lot of people never understood why they will come to see me, you know, supposedly.
That after the surgery, now?
During the entire journey, yes.
Okay.
Some people never understood how they will come see me and my family and would expect that they will cry and cry and cry, and there I will be, you know, making fun of them, being the ones crying. I'm like, guys, I'm fine, I'm okay. And I wasn't faking it. I honestly wasn't faking it. I just wanted the next day.
And you can't pin what it was. What do you think it was?
I think it's...
Because, I mean, I need people to tap into that thing.
I mean, the essence of what she's talking about is the essence of focus. She was focusing on life.
Absolutely.
She was focusing on living. She was focusing on being. Now, her physical essence did not paint the entirety of her identity and her essence. Now, at the point where you are despondent, at the point where you are hopeless, the trigger paints the full picture of who you are.
How?
So for some people, it's money.
Yeah.
So they can't see themselves.
I guess that's why there are more men committing suicide.
Yes. Because they are unable to be the man.
Yeah.
And
because we say the man has to have money.
Yeah. So, I mean, not every man that doesn't have money will be financially depressed and, you know, or financially stressed to the extent that it gets into the state of despondency or hopelessness. So the entirety of their essence, you know, is the picture of the thing that they don't have. And if they don't have it, they cease to exist. And so they focus on exiting.
Okay. So with Denike, for example,
life was what? On life, yeah. On living, on being. They
I just wanted to have fun again.
Yeah.
I honestly just wanted to have fun. And
of course, I'm sure you didn't know what it was going to be like to have to have fun with only one leg.
No, I didn't. No one teaches you.
That was another hurdle.
Yes, no one teaches you. You're not taught. It's like when they say when you get married, nobody teaches you what happens in there. Nobody teaches you what the life of an amputee is like until you're in that journey, on that space by yourself.
For the first day after the surgery, you felt relief?
In fact, before the surgery, I had like a pimple of some sort. And somewhere, I don't know how...
Where was the pimple?
On the limb.
Okay.
So I don't know how I believed that was going to be the outlet. Oh, the tumor was going to just...
come out through that.
Exactly. So I just decided to just help it just a little bit.
Push it.
And I kid you not, it was a hollow in my limb. That little pimple-like thing became a hollow. Yeah, right through. So they literally had to dress my limb every single day. And I remember when they were dressing my limb, my dad would start to scold me, you need to move. I would say, I can't move. So they had chopped off my limb and handed it over to my uncle, who was there with my father. My mom, of course, couldn't see me the entire lot. Yeah. And after the surgery, first thing my father told me was, I'm sorry. So I was wondering, okay, so what is the story all about? He said the moment, and my uncle was in his 30s. He used to build, he was a bodybuilder, so he had all the muscles in the world. But the moment my uncle lifted it, he just broke down in tears because my uncle says it was as heavy as 2 bags of cement. So my father never understood. So he always thought I was just over-exaggerating. When they would say move, I couldn't move. I had started to have bed sores, all of that. I just wanted out of that experience. I knew there was more. And I had a neighbor then who, incidentally, had been sharing with me scriptures of the Bible. And only one of it stood out the most, where she always used to tell me in Psalms, like, God will say he will not break any of your bones, that you'll be intact. I wanted to experience that state. And she always used to remind me, every single morning she saw me or gave me a call, I just wanted that.
That brings me to the question of support. Having the right kind of support to help you manage despondency. Now, people often say, I don't know if people say, we have a lot of motivational speakers now in Nigeria, a lot of them, right? Not just because their life is a motivation like hers, professionally, like what you do. And some people believe that just speaking motivation is not enough to get people to go. It's not enough help.
It isn't.
It isn't?
It isn't.
Oh, you agree?
Yes, it isn't. Because what are you saying? When are you saying it? How are you saying it? With what power are you saying it? With what knowledge, insight, wisdom are you saying it? Are you equipped to say it? Are you empowered to say it? With what force are you saying it? So it's not just saying, because words in themselves, it's a lot more.
I'll take a break so that my people can chew on that. And when I come back, he'll explain to us what a lot more means. That motivation is not all that you need. But at least one thing we've identified is despondency is one of the first steps to eventual loss of hope and choice of end to life. We'll be back. Yes, welcome back. So, Larry says to talk is not enough. It's a caliber of what's behind the talk, right?
Yes.
With her, for example, this is behind the talk. You've lived it.
Yes.
So with you, what would it be?
So I'm going to just use her story.
And in any case, our guinea pig.
I'm going to use her story in 2 dimensions. The first dimension is she wanted to end it.
That's EA.
End it.
End it. Okay.
So there was so much pain.
Who ends this pain?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Because of what she wanted, because of where she saw the glimmer of hope, because of the light she saw at the end of the tunnel, it was okay to end this. So just take it out. Because I want to live the next day. I want to live my life focusing on the next step. She couldn't see 10 years, 20 years, or fathom how she would live her life.
And she didn't worry about it.
And that's the very first step. You see, it's about the next step that you take. Don't think about the next 20 years. So if you are out there, right, and you're in a state of despondency and hopelessness, don't think about 20 years' time.
What about tomorrow?
Just think about tomorrow. My daughter, how will she feel? My wife, how will she feel? You know what, tomorrow, when I wake up, right, there is life, there is hope, there is love, there is a new beginning.
That's if all those conditions are there.
They are always there.
There will always be life.
Yeah, they will always be there, but don't think about ending it. Don't think that there's no hope. Don't think that there's no life. Don't think that there's no love. When you get to the state of shame, when you get to the state of hopelessness, when you get to the state of complete despondency, hopelessness, then all you see is, man...
That's it. But, again, a family, because if your mother, your father, for you wanted to be strong for your mom.
Yes.
Just want to see her go down.
Yes.
If you didn't have that close, what about people who don't have that close-knit family? People they care about, people who care for them.
I think that my journey has also equally taught me that family isn't blood.
Families?
Isn't blood.
Oh.
And in my 11 years, I have seen family, not blood. Random people, or seemingly so, people whose stories, who just picked up my story and just, special, particular interest. So she's an only child. We should show her care and love. These individuals have sown different seeds in me. Some have been outright inappropriate, honestly speaking. But a majority of it, I'll be very frank, are things that I literally had to sit to sieve by myself. I walked this journey by myself.
You hopped this journey by yourself.
I hopped this journey by myself because I knew that there was more. I always knew there was more. I knew that my life wouldn't end at 20. I had seen a picture of my life. I had grown gray in my head, honestly speaking. So I knew I had to fight this journey. Interestingly enough, I met Cobhams and I totally forgot I gave him a call. So he reminds
Cobhams,
me...
the blind musician.
Yeah. So he reminds me to say, I've been looking for you, were his exact words. That you called me once and told me that you had been told you had to amputate your limb. And your question was, what did life as a person with disability mean? I totally forgot I gave him a call. So I decided there had to be people in Nigeria. I never seen an amputee before my story. Never even heard about what or understood what cancer meant. But I started to go out of my way. Reaching out to people. Oh, ma'am, there's this other engineer, my sweet mom, Engineer Mosu. She's been amputated for about 25 years. She's in her 60s. And She met me and it was a dust on the shoulder. Okay, yes, so can we now move on?
So you graduated, you started to work.
Yes.
Now you're a radio presenter, you give motivational talks. Are you a pastor yet?
No. Not yet.
Because it was through the church I met you, actually. I'd read something about you. But